Hello, everyone. My name is Reginald Johnson, host of All in the Game. Welcome to the show. Tonight, I am on the campus of Livingstone College, 701 West Monroe Street, beneath the maples and thy oaks. Oh, Livingstone, my Livingstone. And we are interviewing three running back legends. We have Coach Joseph White, Rob Clodfelter, and Wilmont Perry. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Before we get
Thank you,
started, any HBCU, what we'll do is we'll pay homage to our ancestors, and what we'll do is play the national anthem. Once we do that, we'll get started with the introductions.
Got it.
Let's play football. Introductions. So go ahead, Coach White. I'll let you introduce yourself to the crowd.
Good evening. My name is JoJo White, full-time All-CIAA, All-American, Livingstone College Hall of Famer, 80 through 85.
Go, Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rob Clodfelter. I'm from a small town called Lexington, North Carolina. I attended Livingstone between 89 and 94, and I was the All-American there.
And Wilmont.
All right. My name is Wilmont Perry, also from a small town, Franklinton, North Carolina. Attended Livingstone from 94 to 98.
Thanks,
Livingstone
everybody.
legend.
We have three legends at Livingstone. So let's go ahead and get started, everybody. So the first question I'll ask number 24. How did you get started playing football?
Well, every Sunday on Town Road, a small town, Southport, on the water, every Sunday we go out and play football on the road. And we'll just come in to play against each other. And some of the high school guys was teaching us as we play on the road, we had to be tough. We tack on the dirt and tag on the road. That's how I first started playing.
That reminds me of me in South Carolina. Tackle on the dirt and the road. What about you, Rob? Lexington, how'd you get started?
Man, I got started. One of my best friends, he was my next door neighbor. His name was Frankie Calhoun. We was young, man. I was in the backyard playing, and he'd come over to the yard and had on his little football uniform, and I was, I want to know, man, what's going on? He told me his dad had just took him to the rec department and signed him up. And from that moment on, I wanted to play football. And my dad took me to the rec, and I got signed up, and that's how I got into football.
Man, that's great. What about you, Wilmont?
Old school sandlot football, man. Tackle the man with the football. we did stuff everything. We played basketball, played football, played baseball. And we would do it for hours all day. You ain't go inside until it was dark. So whatever y'all felt like doing, that's what you did.
Oh yeah.
But
So
yeah,
did you had the street
been
light
like that.
rule?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you did. Oh, so everybody had the street light rule. Don't let the street light beat you in, or I'm going to beat you. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
All right. Next question, Coach White. Who helped you along your way as you started finding your way playing football? You mentioned the older.
As I started playing football, a guy named Kenneth Price, he was my coach doing county ball. We call him Knob Head. He was a go-getter. He helped me along my way with football, along with also my brothers. Being in a family where it was 11 of us and had 5 brothers, I ain't had another choice but to stay out of the house, and we go out in the yard and just play.
Oh, that's real good. What about you, Rob?
Man, I would say all my friends in my neighborhood. It was a small little neighborhood, and I mean, we had athletes that came out of Linwood, little small area, and we competed every day. You know, whether it was cornfield football, football in the street, basketball in the backyard with, on dirt. I mean, we just made each other better every day.
Oh, so you had a community around you. A lot
I
of
had a
kids.
whole community. I mean, we had basketball players, football players. I mean, it was just, a very large group of athletic, kids in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was one of the younger ones. So, a lot of the older guys taught us.
Oh yeah. So you were the ones who were learning from the older ones.
Right.
And when you got older, did you teach the younger ones too?
Yeah, it was a trend until kind of like when I went off to college, but we always stayed in the neighborhood. Like I said, it was small community, and the next kids that came along, we played cornfield, but cornfield football is, I could still go out and do that now if because it's still going on. Turkey bowl,
That's
so.
right. What about you, Wilmont? Who helped you along your way?
Man, my uncle, my mom's youngest brother was pretty good at football. He was supposed to go to North Carolina Central, but he died his graduation night.
Man.
Trying to save one of his classmates at a barbecue they were having for seniors or whatever. But I've always watched him and like wanted trophies and stuff like that. And he got me into watching Walter Payton and stuff like that. But my Uncle JJ, that's my motivation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if I didn't do good, he'd tell me quick. He'd come to the sideline and tell me, "Oh, what the heck you doing? But it ain't football. You start playing. I'll tell the coach to take you out myself." I'm looking at him like, "Really, bro?" But he's always been like that. He kept it real. So
he didn't come down to the sideline, was he?
Oh no. And didn't care who he pissed off.
Uh-huh. Now you need people like that in your corner, though.
Yeah, he always knew what to say to get me motivated. He didn't have to say but a couple of words, and just the look on his face would get me motivated. So
yeah. So that's a good segue. And I'll start with you, Wilmot. Who did you model your game after? Because when I look at you, I look at like, man, that's Roger Craig right there. But because he lift his knees up high. If you try to tackle him low, he's gonna kick you in the knee, kick you with his knees. But who did you model your game after?
I always wanted to. Walter Payton was the one I always wanted to be. Roger Craig, yes, because I loved his style of running the ball. But I'm gonna tell you who it really was. The older I got, was Eric Dickerson.
Oh yeah.
For me, it was Eric Dickerson. You know what I mean? So, but I just always wanted to just run as hard as I could, do what I could do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I won't motivated, I won't run it hard. So
I know it. That's right.
I play. You'll play good, but you won't play as good as you can. But if you got that motivation, you're gonna give everything you got every play.
Yeah, you're right. So
I was guilty sometimes of not actually taking everything too serious sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What Rob? What about you? Who'd you model your game at?
I would have to say Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
He wasn't a tall guy, but he was a big guy. But he was quick. I mean, he could, you would think everybody got him, and he would come out some kind of way, and he was gone. So I kind of was inspired by the way he ran the football a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. And what about you, Coach White?
I would say O.J. Simpson, but my best was probably Walt Payton.
Okay, sweet.
You know, he dip in, dip out, hit the sideline, he's gone. He could, you know, see the field, whole field, and that's the way I played. I wasn't just a straight runner. I could just see the whole field. So I say Walt Payton.
All right. And Coach White, did you play anything else other than football, or was it just football?
No, I played all sports: basketball, baseball, and when we was in high school, we didn't have track, so baseball, basketball, and football.
Okay.
And I did a little bit of soccer.
Soccer too?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah. What about you, Rob? Anything? I know track, number one, but anything else other than football?
Yeah, I played baseball all the way up until the 9th grade. And then, that's when baseball and track was at the same time. So I had to make a decision. And so I went with track. I wrestled, actually qualified for states in high school, 145 weight class. And that was pretty much all the sports that I played.
Yeah. Oh, that's real good.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Wilmont?
Football, basketball. I ran track for a little bit. I played baseball when I was younger, but I never really liked it. I got hit in the jaw playing as a catcher.
Oh, my fault. I mean,
that didn't work.
So you got hit in the jaw?
Yeah, playing baseball. I was catching for a senior. I was only a freshman. Oh no! Once I bust my jaw, I was like, yeah, no, I ain't messing with y'all. Even though I was out there being arrogant, no face mask on, no nothing, trying to catch for somebody that I know they ain't had no business trying to catch for. I just never did it. I always loved football and basketball, so all the rest of them I was just playing to play.
Yeah, just
the school was so small. They just needed athletes half the time. Sometimes we didn't have enough players to actually be able to participate. If somebody got hurt, we were in trouble.
So y'all was doing Ironman football?
Yeah, I played linebacker, running back, kicked off, kicked field goals.
Man, yeah, we did the same thing in South Carolina. What about you, Rob? Did y'all do Ironman, or y'all had enough people?
We did. I returned punts, kickoff. I kicked field goals, and I drove the bus at the same time too.
Man,
Played free safety. Back then you could drive a school bus at age 16 when you were 16. So I done a little bit of everything.
Man, versatility. And what about you, Coach White? Did you?
DB running back, and like Rob said, sophomore in high school, drove a bus, and that's the only way I got transportation to get back and forth to practice.
Oh, the bus.
Yes.
No, that's how much did they pay y'all back then? About 45 cents an hour?
Well, no, it was good money for me. We didn't have, I ain't saying we was poor, but we didn't have a whole lot, but it was good money, But, a little kid like myself, 16 years old, 145 pounds, it's hard to believe they gave me the keys to a bus when I sit back and think about it now. I mean, it's crazy. But hey, and then they were stick shift buses. You didn't have automatics back then. So
you really have to know how to drive.
You had to know how to drive.
And see, with me coming from a family of 11, I ain't had another choice, but if I wanted something, I had to go out and work.
Yeah.
And make money to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's real good. So the next question is, what was it like? You kind of alluded to it, everybody did, but let's go deeper into growing up in your hometown. What was it like in Wilmington, Coach White? How was that?
Well, in Southport, it's a seafood place right on the water. So the hurricanes, and my dad, we had our own shrimp company. On weekends, I was on the boat shrimping. And my dad, by dropping out of not dropping out in elementary grade, 3rd grade, becoming a captain on the shrimp boat, one thing we could do is support him to support the family by going out shrimping with him on weekends. So it was school, weekends, had to work. But in the hometown, back in the 70s, it was kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of rough.
Yeah. What about you, Rob?
Yeah, I'm from like I said, a little small town called Lexington, man, and Lexington was a furniture factory. I mean, it was just furniture factories on every, every spot of Lexington that you went to. Also, it was the barbecue capital. That's what we call it, the barbecue
Yeah.
capital. We got barbecue centers all over the place. Um, I mean, it's a little small town. Everybody knew everybody. Friday nights used to be football nights, and everybody met at the Kmart parking lot. Hanging out. Saturday night used to be the Glass Castle. Glass Castle. Everybody hung out at the Glass Castle. And then on Sundays, we all hung out at the we called it the Black Pool. And everybody would meet at the Black Pool, and had whoever had the booming system, they would boom the system. Everybody, it was just like one big family get together. And everybody got along with everybody. And like I say, coming out of Lexington, it was it was three things that you was gonna do. Either you was gonna go to the military, you was gonna go to a factory, or you was gonna go to college. One of those three was gonna happen.
Those are some good options though.
Yeah.
You didn't going to jail, so
Yeah, and the furniture factory business, I mean, you can make good money. I mean, you can actually, two people could, live pretty decent, working in furniture factories. So
when
all those jobs left,
Yeah.
they left. Yeah.
So when the jobs left, what did that do to the town?
I mean, you had to go to more like your retail, your Walmart start coming in, your fast foods, Look, most of the people start trying to, start their own little businesses, lawn care businesses. I got a good friend, Corey Mack, started his own lawn care business, and but like I say, a lot of people went to college, you know what I'm saying, or either the military. So I see, I got friends now that I grew up with, and when I went to college, I didn't know what they did after they left, but now I know most of them went to the military.
Yeah.
So, and made a career.
That's good. What about you, Wilmont?
Franklin County, man, it's small. It was basically the only big place that people had to work around my place was cotton mill, and that only lasted till I want to say the later, a little bit part of the 90s, or the 80s, like probably like 85, 86. So by the time I was getting old enough to be able to actually get a job, they were closed. And the only places to go work, you had to drive pretty much had to drive all the way to Raleigh to get a real job. You know what I mean? You can get a job, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Steady jobs. You were always looking for. And it was just a small town, man. And you always heard, you're going to be in jail or dead by the time you're 21 or this and that. And I'm like, I ain't going to be here. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to. I was determined I was not going to stay in Franklin County. And I'm still determined that way right now.
Yeah.
My mom said, "What's gonna happen to me? What you gonna do with this property?" I guess that'd be the only time I move home, because I have to move home.
Yeah.
I just don't want to live there. Everybody's in everybody's business. You know how small towns are.
Yeah.
Running their mouth about stuff they have knows who about, starting rumors, and everybody believing it because my cousin said it, so I know it's true. Your cousin don't know what the heck they're talking about. Little mess like that, but yeah, man.
Small town living. So man, that's a good into our first quarter. We're gonna do a second quarter after the transition, and then we'll talk about high school. So into the first quarter.
All right.
All right. Well, the band wants to play. 1 second.
Reporting, Bulldog football.